Hey, what's up, everybody? So coming to you this morning with the weekend preview, the Saturday weekend preview, Saturday, November 14th, featuring ESPN is going to be the Terrence Crawford, Champ Brook card. Just get into the undercard real quick. Joshua Greer is returning to action on the undercard. Also, knockout artist Elvin Rodriguez is returning, 10-0 with 10 knockouts. So it should be entertaining right there. Rodriguez is part of the main card. Greer is part of the undercard that's on ESPN+. But Greer is part of the main card on regular ESPN. Now, the co-feature sees Joshua Franco, a 115-pound champion, taking on Andrew Maloney, former world champion. I'm not sure if this fight's taking place. I believe it's at flyweight or super flyweight, which is 115. So I think they're going to be going at it there. There's a rematch between the two where Franco beat Maloney, I believe, in June of last year. Might have been this year. And because I don't really follow the little guys too much, but I know, it should be a decent rematch right here. So looking forward to seeing that one. But the main event is the one that matters. I'm picking probably Franco to win that one. But again, I really don't follow the little dudes under 122 all that much. So, I don't know if Maloney's going to beat Franco or not. He lost to him the first time. I would pick Franco to win again, but we'll see. See what happens. Next up, the main event. Terrence Crawford versus Champ Brook for the welterweight championship, WBO welterweight championship of the world. Pretty good matchup right here between these two. Really looking forward to it. You got Crawford, on paper, probably the best opponent that he's faced on paper in terms of most dangerous coming into a fight. I know I keep saying that. People want to know what that means. Well, some of his recent opponents, Jose Benavidez, you had the other guy, the Mean Machine, Kavliauskas, last December. Some of those guys ended up being tougher than expected. On paper, they didn't seem to be as tough of opponents as they ended up being. But so what I mean when I say, coming into a fight, Brook is probably the most known and considered to be the most dangerous coming into a fight in a while. Obviously, Amir Khan was the most known, but I don't think anybody thought Amir Khan stood a chance against Crawford coming into that one because it had been so long since he'd been in a real fight and beaten anybody significant. Excuse me. But Champ Brook, he is the real deal. His biggest thing is inactivity. Injuries have kept him out of the ring. Inactivity. Because of those injuries, he hasn't fought quality opposition since he got knocked out against Errol Spence Jr. And prior to that, Triple G Gennady Golovkin. That was in 2016 and then 2017. So it's been a while since Brook's been in the ring against top-tier competition. So, we're going to see, though. I think Brook is 32, 33 years old. We're going to see how much juice he still has in the tank. If he is at an elite level still, or if he is just, past it and can't compete. I personally think he's somewhere in the middle of that. I'm not sure if he's still the prime Champ Brook that beat Sean Porter to capture the welterweight title back in 2014. But I also don't think he's an old man either. The one thing about the inactivity is he hasn't been beaten up or anything like that, in the ring. So ring rust might be his biggest enemy coming into this. But outside of that, I still think the guy has skill and can fight. So for the first few rounds, I think it could be a close, decent, action-packed fight. A kind of somewhat of a chess match, but these are two guys that like to hit. So it's going to be an interesting fight. Again, first 4 or 5 rounds, I think, could be competitive and it could be close. But I think Terrence Crawford's going to take over the fight like he normally does. I think he'll land some good shots. He'll get to Champ Brook, and I think he's going to knock him out in the 9th, 10th, 11th round. It could come sooner. It could come later. It just depends on Champ Brook and if he's willing to fall or not. But I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to a decision. But Terrence Crawford likes to finish his opponents. So that's why I'm predicting a knockout in the late rounds. And Champ Brook hasn't went this deep against quality opposition in a long time. So I'm predicting Brook to lose the fight by knockout, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes a distance. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it a close fight. And to be honest, I wouldn't be completely shocked if Kell Brook were to pull off the upset here. Kell Brook, at the end of the day, is a very talented opponent, very talented fighter. We just don't know if which level that he's on anymore, because it's been such a long time since he's been in there against anybody good. So we'll see. But I'm predicting, like I said, I'm predicting Crawford to pull it out and pretty much claim pound for pound status. I would have him at number 2 still. I don't think he's number 1, but over Canelo, but he's right there. He's definitely ahead of Lomachenko now, and after Lomachenko lost to Lopez. So we'll see what happens. But that's Saturday, November 14th, ESPN. I will try to catch the fight if I can. I'm actually getting married on Saturday, so we'll see if I can get that in, because we're having the reception at our house. But if I don't, I'll catch the replay. I'll see what happened, and and I'll get back to you guys next week on this on one of the 12 best boxers in all of boxing, in Terrence Crawford. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the Saturday weekend preview for November 14th. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.